My hair is sticking up like something crazy. Hello, guys. Hello, hello. I'm so glad to be able to be here on this Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for popping in to hang out with me for a little while. Um, Let me just apologize in advance. I'm having to run my air. Um, the way the sun is moving right now, it's a little bit different than it was, even last month. So the sun is moving a little bit different, and it's literally right here coming in on me right now. And so just let me know that you can hear me fine over this air and that you can see me okay as well. Just let me know before I continue. Just drop some nines in the chat if you can both hear me and you can see me fine. Let me know before we get started today. Hello, hi there. Hey, G Mama Groves, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Hi, Shakira. How you doing? Hey, Cheryl Faulkner. How you doing today? Suds and Skin Naturals. Raw Juice Soapery. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Okay, you driving. I got you. I got you. Be safe, please. My Renaissance Grandma. Hello, how are you? Good to see you in the chat today as well. Great, 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 great. Dropping them money bags. I like that. I received that. I received that. So, welcome, guys. If this is your first time being here, this is the Gigi Naturals Homestead page. I am Gigi, your host. I hope that you are here to join in on the chat. We are just one big happy family over here of supporters, and we just, believe in showing love and spreading love wherever we can. We also are going to be helping each other to navigate this world because things are so different. Things are just, there's just so much different than they were even a year ago, even 2 years ago. Hey, Miss Crystal, how are you doing? Good to see you in the chat today. So we're just here to be a support for each other. And recently my husband and I bought 20 acres and it was all raw land. So we are on our journey to build our homestead. And so those are a lot of the videos that you will be seeing. You'll see things like most recently, I have been visiting a lot of the manufactured home dealers just to kind of see what is new out there, what's new on the market, what are the latest manufactured homes that they have been coming out with. Some of them, I have been just blown away, like socks blown off, because my husband and I literally, we always wanted land, always. Like that has never not been a goal for us. Um, and so now, we have finally realized the dream for at least a portion of the land that we wanted to purchase. So we did get a good portion of it, and perhaps sometimes in the future, once we kind of get settled here on this homestead, because again, it was raw land, nothing but trees, trees, werewolves, snakes, and that. So um, that's kind of where we are, daughter, daughter of Zion. Hello, hello, hello. Urban Garden Chronicles. Hello, hello. How are you? So we're kind of trying to navigate at this point, sort of living off grid for the most part. We still, don't have electricity out here. We are running off of solar panels and generators. So that's just a little bit about, you know, the channel and, you know, some of what you can expect. But back to the manufactured homes. So we have been just kind of in our spare time, we have been going around and we have been looking, and it's something that we have always done. So we have seen the transition from when the mobile homes or manufactured homes were just ugly, you know. We remember all of that. We remember where they started. We remember, you know, when they weren't cute and when they didn't have decorators and stagers and all of this type of stuff, and they didn't have the great wall features, different types of paneling, all of that stuff. We remember before then. So back in the 90s, we have been just looking ever since. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that our very first home and land that we bought, it was a manufactured home. It was a double wide, like a 32 by 80, I think was the largest that we could get. That was a double wide back then. So that's what we decided on, is that we were going to get that. We were going to do that. Hey, Howie, how are you? And we plant fruit trees and vine fruit, try to buy older trees. Hold on. Hold on, my friend. Hold on. Older trees to get food right away. Yes, 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 yes. Hello, hello. Gardening and holistic fun. Hello, how are you doing? So we have always, you know, had some of the things that you're publicly seeing of us now. These are things that we have always done. Even when we lived in our second house we had built, and then our third house was an existing house because, you know, we kind of we were in a different state. So um, we've just seen it all. We've kind of done all of it. We've seen all of it. We've lived in different types of environments. You know, we've had my original apartment was block, you know, a cinder block apartment. It had no insulation. It had a window unit, like one window unit to heat the to cool rather the entire apartment. And then I had this one little, I call them the little ratchet stoves because they run off of gas. And so back then we used to have to like go on the side of those little heater stoves in the wintertime, and we had to physically light the pilot. And I know I'm probably talking foreign language if you are, you know, younger than your mid 30s. I'm probably talking like a foreign language, but this is how we had to have heat. That was my very first apartment. That was the first apartment that Eco Neighbor and I lived in when when we got married. So we've been on this for a while, and then when we when we built our houses, we still like kept up with what was going on with the manufactured homes because we just thought that they were, you know, they're cute. They got cuter over the years. They got really cute, and then now they're like super cute. So, so you remember it, LJ? It's okay. Yeah. So it's something that we have always kind of been interested in. We have always kept our finger on that pulse just to, you know, just to kind of see what they were doing. And now the modular homes are so fantastic right now. They are literally better than some of the site built homes that we go in and view. And so um, I'll be showing you a little bit more. I don't know if I'll show you all of the videos that I have taken because it takes so long for me to upload just one video to my YouTube channel. I don't know what that's all about, but typically it's going to take me about 4 days for some reason. I don't know why, guys, but it takes me about 4 days to upload one 10-minute video. And so that's why you see a lot less videos of me. Um, like To me, it's just nonsense. It makes zero sense to me, and I don't know. It just does something to me. It makes me just not even want to do videos at all. Um, but I enjoy doing my Tuesday live stream, so I'll continue to do my Tuesday live stream, and then when I do get some footage for you guys, just bear with me. Some days I may have to upload 3 and 4 videos at one time, just because it has taken 4 days to upload a video. And even the 3 minute and 4 minute videos that I do, it's going to take at minimum 2 days to upload my video. So, and trying to get an answer, out of this platform, it's their platform. I'm just, I'm at the point now where peace is everything to me. And I'm trying to really just, I'm trying to learn how to just back off of a lot of stuff. I know a lot of you have noticed it because people will text me and be like, "Where are you?" And the answer is, I'm living my life. I'm enjoying my life. I'm enjoying my family. Um, I just I'm enjoying my life. All right. And that's one of the things that I wanted to also talk about today. Um, I know that sometimes, I can be intense, you know. I can be pretty intense sometimes, and I'll admit that for myself, is that I can be kind of intense. I can be kind of like, I can be hard. I can be hard, and I can be harsh sometimes. And so I try to really keep that in mind. And when I'm doing things and when I'm navigating my life, and I just recently had to just back it off. I had to slow it down and just say no to everything. Everything outside of me, outside of my family, I had to say food forest permaculture said intent can be for survival, and that's good. Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that that's a part of, because I know where we're headed. Um, well, my nature is kind of intense. I'm an Aries, so my nature is naturally kind of intense, and I have to always be considerate of that. And so now, with all that is going on in the world, and seeing people's children disappearing, and it's just so much stuff, and having my children outside of my immediate protection, it makes me where I'm always on guard. I'm always on alert. Shakira, don't start with me today. Don't start with me, Shakira. Shakira know all too well. She knows all too well. But yeah, so hey foster family fun, how you doing? So we just I recently just kept getting messages, just relax, just calm down. Now for me it's natural, but for for my own benefit, I just kept getting messages that were not only from people, but they were also divine, saying, take a chill pill, just chill out. You're gonna be good. Your family is gonna be good. Don't worry about this so much. Don't worry about that so much. Go to the beach. Like, don't go drive the tractor today. Don't do any work today. Go and do something that is not work related. I'm a big goal setter. I always got some sort of goal that I want to set. And I realized also that, sometimes I can also push that off onto other people because I'm like, because in my mind, I'm like, shit, if you ain't growing, what you doing? In the garden and in life. Like, if you ain't growing, what you're doing. And there's a time and a place for everything. And I realize that now. And so I definitely have had to take a step back just to say, you know what? Let me just take some time to go to dinner, go to lunch with my husband, go to dinner with my husband, just have a nice day. Just don't worry about anything. Who cares that you don't have a fully functioning garden right now? Like, you'll get there. You'll get there. You're trying to clean up around here. You're trying to still be mom. You're trying to still be wife. You're trying to still, incorporate gym time. You're trying to cook. You're trying to do all of this stuff. And sometimes you just have to slow down. Thank you, whole new perspective. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes, sometimes you just have to take a freaking chill pill. And you just have to know that the now is what we have. This is all we have. You got to focus on the people who are in your corner, the people who are there for you, the people who are consistent for you, the people, hey, GT Junior, hey, the Fun Reading Club. You have to focus on those people. The Fun Reading Club sent me something one day. Man, I wish I could quote it verbatim. But in short, it said something to the effect of be be kind regardless to the type of day that you're having. You know, don't allow the type of day that you're having. And it took me back to Tabitha Brown, and she's always saying, have a good day. If you can't have a good day, don't you dare go messing it up for somebody else. And that just keeps playing in my mind. Don't you dare. Hi, Grace guys, how are you doing? Don't you dare go and messing it up for somebody else because your day may not be the way that you thought that it should go, you know. And ever since I've known about her for the last couple of years, I've been like, wow, that's profound. That's really profound. Like, keep on, remember that. Remember, don't, just because your day may not be going the way that you think, like, don't mess it up for somebody else. You know, be a light wherever you go. And you know, it's just been so, it's been kind of just in my face. It's been tossed in my face. It's been just tossed in my face again, over and over again, over, I would say, probably this last month. And so last week, my husband and I celebrated our anniversary. Um, and we were just like, he was like, let's just go out. Let's go, let's just go and grab something to eat. And, because I've been cooking. I've been like, man, we gotta make sure that we're eating right. We gotta eat healthy. We gotta, I don't want that mystery food. I want to make sure that my food is real food. I got enough problems, that happen in my system that I don't need the mystery food and all the chemicals and all that stuff making it worse, right? And so I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, babe. Like, I need to calm the F down. Like, seriously, straight up. I just need to just relax and just chill. And so I just took a little break and was just like, I'm not going to do anything that is not me related, eco related, Lil GG related, like big, the medium GGs, all of them. I was gonna do anything that was not us related, and I did not. And it has been the best thing that I have done in a very, very long time. And I feel refreshed and I feel renewed. And I'm just like, I was, you know, telling my doctor recently what I was and was not going to do. And, I was just like, lady, just chill. I literally just had to be like, just chill. You're going to be all right. And so we really just took time to just enjoy each other. Just enjoy. Thank you. Thank you guys for the anniversary wishes. Just to really just enjoy each other's time. Not worried about what needed to be done on the homestead. If I come inside, then he go and do whatever he was gonna do. But we just had a chance to just spend some good quality time together. And so I just wanted to share that with you all because sometimes we can get caught up. I know I'm not the only one that can just get caught up in we're doing all of this running. We're doing all of this stuff that, it needs to be done. Like it just needs to be done. Sometimes you just need to take a break and not be like, okay, I have to do this now. Sometimes just don't. Just take a break and do what you want. My Cali Bro is in the house. Hey, just doing, Jay. How you doing? Sometimes just take a break, guys. Please, just take a break for yourself. Growing with Hudson, how you doing, my friend? Hi, October Opal. Take a break, reset. Yes, yes, reset so that you can really live a life that is fulfilled. Because, oh, let me tell you guys about when I went to the bank and I was standing there in line, and there was, okay, thank you, Marmar. How are you doing? I appreciate you stopping in. So I was standing there in line in my bank, and I just needed to do a small transaction, and I noticed that the lady that was in front of me, she was taking a little more time, and she kept looking back at me like, what the heck, And so she was asking for a large sum of money from her bank account. Okay, hey, Greengrass Pros, how you doing, sis? She was asking for a large sum of money from her bank account. And here we are standing in the place where I have been banking for the last, I used to work there, so it's been about 25 years. I've been banking there for about 25 years. And I know the types of problems that I used to have um, on a consistent basis with, you know, doing certain transactions that were bigger transactions. Hey, yeah, that's right, Homestead in the Hood. Doing certain transactions that were larger transactions, right? And so this lady is standing there and she keeps looking back at me like what the heck? Like almost like these people are refusing to give me my money. And so my spidey senses go off because we're watching this train wreck happen, in our country. Right before our eyes, we're watching this train wreck happen, right? And so I said, well, I'm just gonna listen. I'm gonna listen a little bit closely. And so one of the girls that I used to work with at the bank, she still works there. And so I kind of looked over at her and she looked at me and kind of was like, oh no, like I'm about to see something go wrong in this bank, right? which is why I didn't want to work there in the first place, because like I was just scared. You know, I was scared of all the stuff that can actually happen and go wrong inside of a bank or credit union. So um, she was asking for her money, and then the teller was telling her that it was going to take some time. And she also told her that you're going to have to fill out these forms in order to get this much money. And she is like, for what? The lady is like, why? Why do I have to fill out these forms? And the teller was trying to explain, you know, this policy that if you're going to get over XYZ dollars, that you have to fill out these forms in order to get your money back from them. Okay. In order to get your money back from them, you have to fill out paperwork telling them why you want your money from your bank account. And I started to be second in line right then and be like, look, just give it all to me except for the $5 that's needed to keep this account open. just give me all of it, you know. Since you're gonna have to call somebody, call the manager anyway. We can kill two birds with one stone. She have hers, I have mine, and we leave here happy, right? And so the lady behind me, um, you know, she was just like, she was irritated. I wasn't irritated because like I wasn't in a hurry or anything. I was just being observant. And so the lady behind me, she was irritated, obviously in a hurry. And so she said, she was like, I hope we don't start this Karen-ish in here today. And I said, mm, 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 ma'am, this is not, I said, this is not the situation, you know. This is not the situation. That's something different. This is her money. So somebody is telling her that she can't get the money that belongs to her, that belongs to her. She can't get the money that belongs to her unless she justify why she needs her money. And it's none of their business why she needs her money. But this is what we are faced with. Over the last 4 weeks, I have had to call another one of my banks 2 times because my debit card online would not work. And she has had to call the credit card company in turn while I'm sitting on hold, guys. I'm sitting on hold. She has had to call the credit card company to say, we need to reset her CV code on the back of the card. It was the same thing every time. And so I was like, you know, I tried to transfer some money from here to there. And then she was like, well, you know, because I guess you were trying to switch something on the CV code or add the card to another account or something like that. And then it messed up the CV code. And I'm like, that is a lie. That is a lie because it declined to transfer my money before I even tried to add my card to another account. So listen, they are making up all types of stories. They're making up all types of stories, and there are people, just pay attention to the things that people are posting. Look at some of these finance channels. That's what I've been doing a lot of, like trying to keep up with like what's going on. So look at some of those channels and look at the way people are being treated about getting their own money. Now they're going to take one of the tellers, one of the bank. I don't know what she was. I don't know if she was the manager, but she told me and my husband that they basically invest the majority of your money. And so when you walk up to them, even though they have a vault that is loaded down with money, it's loaded down, they still want to make you justify why you're coming to get over a certain dollar amount out of your bank account. Okay. And it's not just banks, it's not just credit unions, it is both of them. They all operate the same way. Um, they operate the same way. So I'm I'm just saying there has been a lot that we are stressed about, There has been a lot of stuff that has come down on us. We can't be as free as we want to. Y'all remember, when we just used to be able to get out in the yard. We had our jack stones. You remember the jacks with the little balls, and you bounce the balls and try to pick up as many jacks as you can. We had jumping rope. We had double dutch. We went to the public swimming pools. We went to the schools that would allow us on the property to play basketball and football and baseball and whatever, soccer, whatever it was that we wanted to play. And we got to a point where we didn't want to do those things anymore. We didn't want to go outside anymore. And it was so, and I just think back to those times, and I'm like, times were much simpler. It was like my biggest complaint from back then was that we had to reach over on the other side of the car in order to unlock the door for somebody. When somebody was going to get in your car, you didn't have those automatic locks. You didn't have clickers to get into your car back then. You know what I mean? um, we had to reach over and pull up the lock in order to let somebody in the car. Like, that was my biggest complaint. Like, I hated doing that, but I did it. I did it. Hi, Janaki. How you doing? And so yeah, LJ, things have changed so much, and life was it just seemed to be, I guess, for children, it seemed to be so much simpler now. But there are just things that I wouldn't even, and the manual window roller, Brooke Jefferson, you have never lied. Those you gotta roll those windows up and down, using your own energy instead of just pushing that button and watching them go up and down. Like, that's what we did, and riding in the country with the windows down. Like, we just do it now just because we're just like, let's just be free for a few minutes. For a few minutes, let's just be free for a little bit. Let's ride in this country. Let's remember trees. Let's remember that there used to be trees everywhere. There used to be, we used to be able to hear the trains run. And now we're on the verge of a collapse. We're on the verge of a shutdown, because the train workers, the railroad workers, are talking about going on strike. Do you know the type of impact that is going to have on us? Their cooling down period, I think, is over now. So they ready. They ready to go on strike, and it is not going to be a good thing. It's already hard to find people to be in these positions. I actually was at Dollar General this morning, and I walk up to the register, and the young man was there, said, how are you doing today, ma'am? And I was like, I'm pretty good. Can't complain, won't complain. Um, just came in, grab a couple of things, and then gonna do some shopping today. And so he said, going down Friday, October Opal, is gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. I hope y'all have a little something stocked away. Like, I'm tired of even talking about that. Like, it's like a broken record. If you've been here and you've been watching my channel for the last 2 years, and you still haven't thought that it was important enough to do, then so be it. I can't spend a whole lot more energy on that, but I really hope that you've taken heed and that you put something to the side, because like I'm worn out with it. I'm worn out with saying it. I'm worn out with trying to convince people that they need to protect their family. I'm just worn out with it, and so I don't even want to. I don't want to do another freaking video or live stream over that mess, because it's what it is, right? And so I said, well, not gonna complain. Today is great. I'm just gonna make it great. And so he said, and I said, how are you doing? And he said, I would be doing much better if these people would come to work. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. We're about to have this conversation. So he said he would be doing much better if these people would come to work. And so I said, okay. I said, well, so what's happening here? In it's Dollar General, like what's happening? And so he said, basically, today they had the I can't remember what he called it, but like the cold truck that was coming in, they had that truck and he said basically that was the truck that is for all of the freezer items and all of the stuff that have to be kept cool or cold. And there was him in the store, and there was one other guy in the store. That's it. And they've got to unload these trucks, and they've got to stock all of this stuff so that the food does not go bad, right? Him and one other guy. And he said, on top of that, the produce truck is also coming today. He said, we put one truck off yesterday, but we can't put them off again today. So it's going to happen, ready or not. He said, and I've been calling people, and I've been asking for them to come in to give us a hand, at least give us a hand to put the stuff away. Because if they didn't get all of those things, all those perishable things put away, um, by midnight, he was like, then we're going to get in trouble for that. We're going to get in trouble, um, because we have not put this stuff away. And now we're going into another day, and it's going to be another business day. We're going into another day. So we can't do that. We can't be here at midnight. We have to be gone. The store closes at probably like maybe 10 p.m. So in the meantime, he and this other guy are trying to check customers out, make sure that they're not getting robbed or people stealing or whatever else they have to do during the day. Um, and he was like, and we just have no help. People don't want to come to work. And he said, the next time one of them calls to ask me to come in because they're shorthanded, I'm not going in. I'm going to tell them because I'm not going in. And I said, and see, that's going to exacerbate the problem of the worker shortage. That's going to exacerbate the problem. And he was like, well, it just has to be what it is, because literally three people have denied me to come in and give us a hand. And now me and him have to do all of this work. We've got to take all of this stuff that gets here from this truck, and then we've got to put all of this stuff away so that this food does not spoil. And I'm like, that's a bad situation, and I really hope that your day gets better for you. But it's a tough situation because he was dead serious. He was like, when they call, I'm gonna say no, that I cannot come in. I had something else to do. I'm hanging out with my family, or I'm sick, or whatever. I'm not coming in just like they. I'm gonna do them the same way that they did me, and I'm like, ooh. And we're going to suffer. You're going to suffer as the employee. We're going to suffer as the customer, because then you're going to be talking about, us being able to get things that we need, us being able to get the food supplies, the food items, all of this stuff. And we already are dealing with them with having spoiled food. We're already, like, I picked up a bag of, what were they? There was some sort of chips, right? And when I bit into one of them, I thought it was going to break my teeth, and ended up saying, listen, I don't even want this. Look, give me a refund. And they were like, you just want to get another one? I was like, mm-mm. Because the date on those chips was like, it wasn't like tomorrow, you know? It wasn't tomorrow. So, we already getting old stuff, and then it doesn't help when you're in some of these smaller cities, you know. And even in the larger cities, sometimes you have just a lot of inferior quality going on. You have a lot of that, as a matter of fact, that is happening. A lot of things that it's just, the stuff is not good. The stuff has been sitting in somebody's warehouse for the last couple of years. They're pushing out all of this stuff that came off of those cargo ships that were sitting out there indefinitely. And who knows if some of those ships have just started bringing in stuff. And then you're seeing surpluses of certain things sitting outside of stores, and they didn't order all of that stuff after 2021. It was like they ordered a bunch of stuff during 2020 because you had, probably a million new people started to garden in like 2020, right? And then after that, hey, hands in the dirt. And then after that, after 2020, they ordered all of this stuff for 2021, thinking that people were still going to be doing the same thing that they were doing in 2020. And so they had surpluses then. And so if they already had surpluses, do you really think that they were putting in those big orders for 2022 if they already had too much stuff sitting there? Hey, Carbon Q, how you doing? There's no way. So where did all of this stuff come from? It had to come, in my mind, the way my mind works, it had to come from those cargo ships that have been sitting out there. That's just my mind. Okay. That's my rationale. But all of that type of stuff, it is going on. And then, not to even mention the water in Mississippi right now. Mississippi is going through this thing. I was watching Carbon Q's live. She was interviewing this reporter from that Mississippi area. And so she kept asking this reporter, in short, I'm paraphrasing, okay, so when are you all going to stand up? When are the people going to stand up? When are they going to do something and say, enough of this? I'm not paying for this coffee looking water anymore. And then they're telling the people, oh, go ahead and bathe in it. Go ahead. It's fine. Don't drink it now. Don't drink it. But go ahead and bathe in it. It's okay. This is literally what they are telling the people. And one of the things, I don't know if other people caught it when that reporter was talking, but he said that this is not nothing new. This is not anything new. This has been going on for years over here. It's been going on for years. So when are the people? When are the people gonna stand up? When are they gonna stand up? The one thing that I know for absolute certain about revolution, and that's what has to happen over there, is that everybody over there has to stop paying the bill. Why would you pay for that? Why would you be paying for that? Go out, go somewhere else. Leave their city to them to deal with. Go somewhere else, go somewhere different. But stop paying for crappy water to come through your system. I can't even imagine how that smells. Can't imagine smelling that coming through your system. If that's the way it looks coming through your system, I can't imagine that. I can't even imagine. So if everybody does not stand together, this is what you're going to continue to get. You're going to continue to get that because you're accepting of it. In their eyes, you're accepting of it because you're not doing anything about it. So in their eyes, they're not worried about these people because these people doing anything. They're not standing together. They're not unified. Some of them saying, well, at least we do have running water. And I guess I see things a little bit different because I am living. When we first moved out here, we didn't have a well, and so we were living off of these. We were living off of these. So I guess I see things a little bit different, you know. But no change is going to happen. No change is going to happen by doing the same thing that you've been doing. It's just not going to happen. So then again, you know, that's when I couldn't relax. But now I'm on my journey. I got to do better about relaxing. I got to do better. I got to make sure that, you know, we're taking time to take it in. And that was that was the reason for my whole story, about the bank was, if they decided tomorrow, I'm paying taxes and a water bill, I need clean water, please. Exactly. No change if they don't demand it. Exactly. Exactly. So, the reason I was talking about that was that if they decided tomorrow that the bank is just not going to open again, are you still going to be okay? Are you still going to be okay? Are you going to be all right? If they decide that they're just not going to do it again, they ain't gonna open no more. Let the FDIC worry about those people. Do you even know what's in there? What's in your account? When we transition to this cashless system, like, what does the little man do? What do you know about it? What do you know about transitioning to a cashless system? a no paper money system. And then somebody has full control of you at that point. They're controlling your food already. If you don't know how to grow something, if you're not trying to grow something, they're already controlling your food. They're already controlling your water. Then they're going to be controlling your money on top of that. Fortunately, but unfortunately, we are resilient people who overcome, which also stops us from standing up. However, hold on. However, when there is, ooh, I'm trying not to cut this live off. Hold on. I'm trying to get your comment back. However, when there is total dissatisfaction, then change comes. We are almost there. Gonna have to stand up. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Nothing gonna happen with people doing what they've been doing. So if they're controlling all of that, they're controlling everything about you, what are you going to do? Yeah. Though GT Jr., those are all the ways that you control people. So therefore, you can't do anything. You can't do anything at all without them knowing it, because they can track every single thing that you do. They can track everything that you do. Once they move to this cashless system, it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of how it's going to happen, because there's just no among people. People are still racist today. People still worried about what somebody looked like instead of the love that they have to give, instead of the support that they could give, instead of being able to come together and fight tyranny. They can't get past the ABCs of life. They can't get past the ABCs. Hey, Natural Diva, how you doing? Hey, Rambo Green Hands, how you doing? My favorite aunt back in the 70s spoke about this mark of the beast when they started putting, oops, see, touching stuff. Can y'all still see me? Uh-oh. Y'all still see me? Hold on, let me see if I can get back. So, all right, tell me if y'all can still see me. Wow, that's crazy. All right. Well, can you see me or you see the curtain? Because I was flipping it. I was flipping it. We back. Can y'all see me or the curtain on the other side? Can you hear me? Okay, you see me. All right, great, 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 great. Well, I know, and I be trying not to touch anything, but I was trying to read that comment. I was trying to catch that comment. So anyway, I'll just continue then. But you know, it is going to happen. You know, the cashless system is going to happen. We're going to have to deal with it because we have allowed things to get to the point where we are past a point of no return. We're past the point of no return, and it's just going to happen. And so, because all of this madness is happening, we are going to have to learn how to just chill out. We're going to have to learn how to take a chill pill and just really go ahead and enjoy our life You're gonna have to learn how to just go and enjoy your life. Do some of the things that you want to do. Take some of that money out and do something to unplug and enjoy. You're gonna have to. Gonna have to. Yep, GT. We're gonna have to get back to the barter system. We're gonna have to. Yes, yes, yes. Learn to produce things of value. We talked about in the past. Find a skill. Learn how to get your stuff out there in front of other people so that other people can then see what you have, and then they may have something that you need, and then you get back to barter and trading. Otherwise, they're gonna be all in your business. They're gonna be controlling everything about you. And I really am so glad that we're on this journey. We're taking this journey, Eco Neighbor and I, because it has put us in a position um, where every day is tough. Every day is tough. Like when this thing runs, the air that you hear, if it happens to run out of gas while we are on this live chat, be as the Amish. I agree. Oh, I agree. I agree. And then a lot of us are not going to have a choice anyway, We're going to have to. We're going to end up having to. I look at some of these companies who are controlling our power, and this is why we're just like, you know what? Let's hold off a little bit. Let's go ahead and get our solar game tight. Let's hold off a little bit on just running to try to get all of the modern conveniences that we are accustomed to. Let's hold off, you know. Let's put an outhouse out here. It's a hard life. I can't even pretend like it's not. When I tell you every day is hard, every day is hard. And there are some things that I do like about it. I love the fact, and it's made me like, okay, when we do set up a house or shed to house or whatever we decide to do, I gotta make sure that I have propane. I love cooking on propane, and I was very afraid of it because I was always like, man, things gonna blow up. Like we're gonna have a gas fire, but I'm not afraid at all anymore. And like now, I know that we are putting ourselves in a tough position, and that way, when everybody else is like, oh my God, what do we do? What are we going to do? And they're going to be like, the world is ending. We're going to be like, eh, yeah, yeah, Revo Green has his dig a hole and bury it, free fertilizer. we're just going to be like, yeah, hell, this is how we've been living. This is what we've been doing anyway. We've been struggling anyway. Put yourself in a position where it challenges you, and then it makes you be more resilient. You know, it really does. It does, G Mama. It makes you be more resilient. It makes you to the point where you're just like that type of stuff you're not complaining about. You start to see other things because it's like, well, the bucket is just what we got. It's like the bucket is better than the toilet at this point. So too much convenience in the world, and it has made mankind weak. Yes. I heard this person talking, and that's exactly what they were talking about. And they were like, we are weak now. We are nothing like our grandparents. We are nothing like, we ain't even like our parents. If y'all had parents like my parents, Those were my mom is still alive, but my dad is not. That was a tough old bird. It was a tough joker, you know. And my mom, like, who knew something so small could be so mighty, you know? But they were tough. And I can't even imagine how much tougher than them that their parents were. We complain about everything. They're just like, I don't understand. Like, what are you complaining about? Just do it. Just go do it, you know? And we're like, but my hands might get dirty. I can't mess up my nails. I don't like bugs. Um, Texas Gamble. Ted Gamble. Hey there. Jay sent you? What's up? Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. I appreciate it. But you know, we're just like, man, I can grab a bucket, got the little seat to go on top of the bucket, throw some sand on it, keep it moving. We ain't even got to wipe with leaves. That's how spoiled we are, natural diva. That's how spoiled we are. But guess what? If it came down to it, just choose the right ones, obviously. But if you're outside, you don't even know which one. If you're not outside in nature, getting to know nature, you have no clue which ones are the right ones to wipe with. I was happy to see a toilet moving from the house. Yeah. My grandfather had an outhouse. So I remember it. I remember it all too well. I don't even want to say this name, but they had a jar. If you're from the country and you remember what they called the jar, I don't want to say it because it's just so, it's still, to this day, it's still gross to me. So if you remember what it was called, put it in the chat what kind of jar it was called. If you really from the country, this is gonna tell me whether you really from the country or not. It's gonna tell me whether you really from the country or not. What is October Opal? Hey, darling. Woo! I just. Right, Auntie. Don't wipe with no poison ivy. You gotta be outside to know. Woo, that fat boy. We called it. We had another first name for it, but the last part of it was jar. Woo, yeah. So um, we are just like, look up the National Defense Authorization Act. Okay, I'm gonna look that up later. Thank you, Homestead in the Hood. You always have fantastic information, Aunt Tia. Hey, but yeah, we always had the jar, and there was more than tinkle in it. I'm gonna put it like that. All right. I'm talking about the real country. I'm talking about back then when you had the blocks of government cheese. Hey, J3GS Farm. When you had the blocks of government cheese that were like this, right? I'm talking about back in those days where that block and that cheese was, it melted so perfect and so good. And it was just, that was the best cheese that you could have ever had. The government cheese, they called it, that we called it the government cheese. Yeah, I'm talking about back in those days. That was back in those 80s. Well, that's when I knew about it. That was when I grew up. It was like the early 80s when that was happening. So my grandfather still had that. He still had that. Yes, barbecue. I didn't think you were old enough, but the best grilled cheese ever in life. It has not been the same since that cheese went away. I don't know where it's at. Bring it back. Bring that cheese back. Listen, I don't even eat cheese anymore, but I would go for it. I would put my life on the line to go and get me some of that cheese. So, um, you know, put yourself out there, you know, get out there and enjoy it. And it's so beautiful though. Like nature is just so beautiful. If y'all could see all of the pathways and things that Eco Neighbor has cut back here, like now we can get in the truck, etc. The ETC lifestyle, that's it. That's it right there. That's what we used to call it. If y'all see what the ETC lifestyle put in there, that's what we used to call the jar. That's what we called it. And I was like, that is so disgusting. That is so gross. Who remember roaches in the house when you going out at night? Listen, baby, I was gonna hold it as long as I could possibly hold it because I just wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it. We so spoiled. We got to a point where we were like, dang, I hadn't seen that type of roach in a long time, you know. And then you get out in the country, oh, you're gonna see all the roaches that you had forgot about. And like that is like, whew, they make my nerves bad. I don't like them. And you know, it's just I thought that they didn't exist anymore. I thought we had graduated, you know, to the big flying cockroaches like what they have on that show. What that show that Joe Rogan used to do, Fear Factor. They used to make the people eat them cockroaches. I thought we had graduated to those kind, not those little kind to be having the babies hanging out their back and oh my god, just gross me out. But those the old school roaches, where you used to have the little babies hanging out of their back and stuff. That was the old school roaches. And man, when you would go to people's house and be like just running, they'd be like, it's just a roach. We'll be like, no, we don't do this. We don't do this though. My mom is still, she still walks around when she goes to sit on her porch. And we were sitting on her porch a few days ago. And she was like, she still has her cans of spray. And I'm like, dang, like you still spraying after all these years. She was like, yeah. And she was spraying ants at the time, but she was like, anything that gets up in here that gets through a crack or whatever, oh, it's getting sprayed. So I have to keep me a can nearby. So, you know, we didn't do that. We didn't just get comfortable with the roaches and then have them trying to have a conversation with the company and stuff. We didn't do that. We tried to control as much as we could with that. But get out there and get into nature because nature is so beautiful. If you can just go for a country ride to see how relaxing it is. I mean, I honestly think a lot of people, it would really change your perspective. And now it is different when you step out of that vehicle. So I highly recommend step out of that vehicle. Step out, you know, go out somewhere. Go to a controlled environment first. That's where me and Equal Neighbor used to always go to the well, it was kind of sort of controlled, but not really. Um, the wildlife sanctuary. Yeah, it wasn't controlled. But it was so beautiful. You can stay in your car if you want to and ride through and look at the gators and, you know, see the baby gators walking across the street and see the different species of birds at different types of year. See the storks just lined up on the bridge. Um, just there's so much. There's just so much to get in tune with when you're out there. And so I highly recommend it, you know, even if it's go on one of those car ride safaris, you know, where you have a little whatever, feed the animals, from your little cup or whatever as you ride through the safari. All of that type of stuff, it like gets you ready, you know. See, we're just used to dogs, right? That's all we got. We just used to dogs. And so that's all we really want. We just want dogs. But if you interact with other animals and farm animals, my sister at Black Haven, she introduced cows to her farm now. She's been had the pigs. Then she has ducks. She has the chickens. And to see, I'm gonna upload a video. It's gonna be a short because that's kind of all I can do within a reasonable amount of time at this point in my YouTube journey. All I can do is a freaking short to get it to upload in a few minutes. So I'm gonna show y'all her little Peking duck. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Hey, Bell's Backyard Garden, how are you doing? But it is so cute. It's the cutest thing, and it stands around while we're standing around having conversation. The duck stands right there with us, having conversation with us, and like it's just chilling. It's just chilling, and she is like, look at this nosy behind duck, just standing there, and it just literally just follows you around and wants to just hang out. So once you start getting used to other animals, you start to see the beauty in things. You start to see the beauty in more than just a dog. Like dogs are great. I want at least 2 or 3 of them out here on the homestead so they can deal with some of these werewolves, you know. Um, but there's more to life. There's more to being outdoors than just dogs. There's so much more. And then once you realize like how smart these animals are, it just like it blows your mind. Yes, my chickens greet everyone that come on our property. See? And then you know how fast their little legs move when they're running up to you. Tracy. People are afraid because they think they're coming to attack them. They're not really. They're just coming to see somebody new, see who you are. Um, Especially the hens. Now, if the roosters start running towards you, yeah, you might want to get ready to fight. Yes, Darth X, they love to be fed. They always think that your goal in life is just to feed them. Okay, our chickens are special though. Child, listen. Hey, Fireside 21. Our chickens are special. Used to love when I had goats to get the grass. I still want some goats. We just are not quite set up yet to to get the goats. Now, our property is surrounded by very, very thick brush. All right. The brush is so thick that the goats literally would have to eat their way through in order to get out. So it's natural fencing. Everything is like crisscross and like it's crazy how thick it is. It's literally a natural fence all around this property. And so we were just like, yeah, we need to eventually put up some fencing, but it's so thick. That's probably why the werewolves are over here. That's probably why. Because they love being in shelter from rain. When everything is all thick, like you can't see if you're standing in front of some of this brush, you cannot see through it. So there's no way for you to walk through it. It's just dark. You can't even see through it. So it's that kind of thick, to the point where we can focus on other things instead of focusing on putting up fencing at this point, because it's just so thick. And some of it we're gonna leave it like that for a while, because it is, like, you know, it's a means of protection. So I was just like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good that's like that. But yeah, the chickens are, they just oh, I got some eggs. Well, that one is about empty. Can y'all see it? We've been through all of these. And can y'all believe our littlest hen is out there and she's trying to sit. This one is full. Our beautiful brown eggs. Wait, there you go. There you go. So I pulled all of these out today, and I left probably about 6 in there. I've been leaving them a couple of days. I've just left them in there so that I wanted to see if any of the hens were trying to sit on them. And our littlest hen was trying to sit on the eggs. And so I was like, okay, little girl. And she is also the baddest one, okay? And typically when the hens sit, you can't get them off the nest, right? In a lot of cases, you can't get them off the nest. Like my sister's, one of her hens is sitting right now. She won't move. She won't move off the nest. And my sister was like, let me look and see if she dead in there, because she had moved off of that nest. And I'm like, nah, she fine. She was just, you know, probably been storing up food. And so she'll put in a probably natural diva. That's the one that charged that eco label. Probably. That was probably her. She is very high energy. She is very, he's like, look at her. She acts so nervous. She's just zoom, 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 zoom. She's just back and forth all over the place. And she's the littlest one. And so we have 3 hens and a rooster right now. So I was trying to hold off, because those chickens are, the black copper marrons are expensive now. I didn't know about the flying roaches. I'll tell you about them in a minute. Tell them about the house. So the black copper marrons, I saw, somebody sent me a thing from a hatchery where it was like, these eggs basically are getting ready to hatch, and we will ship them to you. And the dozen was $90. And before I could even get over there, they were already sold out. Yeah, they were already sold out. $90 to get a dozen that were fertilized, and they were getting ready to hatch, and they would, like, I guess overnight ship them to you or whatever. They were $90 for the dozen. So why on earth do roaches need wings? I know. That makes the playing field so unlevel. Yes. Scary. That is scary. That's super scary. Makes the playing field so unlevel. So what was the thought process? Right. What's the purpose? I don't know anything they do other than just try to nasty up your place. I don't know what purpose they serve. But So yeah, we have the chickens who are laying every day, and so my sister's chicken, she's sitting there and she will not move. She won't move. She's just, you know, she's handling business, and so she is like, it's time for me to pump out some babies, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not moving. And she was laying there, and I was like, okay, let me see if she blinks. And finally she blinked. I was like, oh, she ain't dead. She fine. Hello, Darlene. How are you doing? She ain't dead. She all right. So I guess she is gonna like put some water over in there. She was like, now she will peck you. She'll peck the mess out of you if you try to get any of those eggs. And so I kept that in mind when I went in today to get that dozen out of there. Um, and the little lady saw me headed towards the eggs, and what I do is when I go into the enclosure, I take with me something to eat because I want to distract them from me collecting the eggs. So, and then I also want to make sure that me and Rooster stay on good terms, because when those spurs start coming in, I don't want him, coming at me like that. And he watches me. He watches me very closely. But if what I put in there is good enough, if it's delicious enough for him, and he'll literally let the hens start to eat first, and then he'll eat, which is way beyond what I can say for Debo. Y'all remember Debo, right? So Debo was going to beat up everybody for the food. He had no manners. He didn't care. He was going to beat up everybody for the food. He did not want the hens to get any. He wanted all of it to himself. And so I was like, yeah, Debo, you got to go. You got to go, bud. And so this hen, this rooster is very different, He has not tried to attack me since Debo left. And so I just keep some food. I just make sure that when I go in there, I'm taking some food in there, and then I can put it over off to the side so that they can be focused on eating over there. They can be focused on eating over there. And then I can, Sean is such a gentleman. He be watching me though, Bill's backyard garden. He still be watching close. He don't trust me still. But I try to get close enough to him, when he jumps up on the perch, I walk up to try to feed him something by hand, something that where he can't like peck me. I'll have it in a bowl or have something, just a long vegetable or something like that, and try to let him shout out to Sean. I try to have something that he will, try to take from me. And then he still doesn't trust me, so he is like, nah, I'm gonna let one of the girls try it, Now he will sacrifice them girls, okay? He will sacrifice them. He has clearly shown that he will sacrifice the girls. And so when he won't take whatever I have, he might try a little bit, and then he'll be like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna take any more because like you coming for me, right? Then he'll jump down off the perch, and then the big hen will jump up on there, and then she'll eat whatever I have. So yeah, they're something else. There's always something going on with them. And I'm thinking about, honestly, for the last couple of nights, I have really been thinking about just buying an incubator and telling Sean that thank you, job, I appreciate what you did while you were here. I appreciate what you did while you were here. However, sir, all of this 1 o'clock in the morning crowing that you're doing, and his time is like 4 a.m. Central. So you already know that at 4 a.m. he's going to be crowing again. But I don't know what's going on with him. But he'll start up, for the last couple of nights, he's been doing the 1 o'clock hour. Then he'll still be at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. He got some more for you, 6 o'clock. And then he starts doing just making all kinds of noise. He's been quiet for a while. I haven't heard him since I've been on the live. But they are always, and there's always something with the hens. Yep, I got my incubator like 6 months ago. No, I have to have a rooster. Yeah. yeah. So I've been kind of thinking about that. And I think my husband has kind of wanted to do that anyway, because he is just like, man, this rooster, like, he makes so much noise. And that's one thing I was liking about the Peking duck as well. That one is really quiet. Like, it quacks. And it'll walk around, quacking, but you can barely hear it. You can't really hear it like that. So, yeah, I know. I know rooster is good, but whew, all of that noise. My husband, like, he wants to hear the birds. He wants to hear the butterflies flying past your head, and just listen to the trees rustling amongst themselves, and like he likes it quiet. And I think the rooster is hilarious, but just not at 1 o'clock in the freaking morning. That's all. It's like I'm really getting ready to roll over, and then now here you go, starting all that. He's a lot. He is a lot to handle. So, but he doesn't attack me. So I don't know. I know you're not gonna have a perfect rooster, because we could have one like Devo again, who every time I walk out the door, he is coming. It does that at 1 in the morning. Yes, at 1 in the morning. If he's crowing like that, something is going on. Yes. And then what happens is my husband is getting out of the bed, and I'm like, God, no. And he's trying to see, what he needs to point some hot lead at, and we're not seeing anything. So, I don't know. And I know that we have huge how do you say it? Owls? We have huge owls out here. We also have, I saw this fat, super fat raccoon yesterday. We have tons of deer. We have some bucks, some does, some babies. We have all types of stuff. Yeah, the thick woods hides things. Exactly. And that's why we can't really walk out the door empty-handed, And if y'all saw where I locked myself out that day, my family was like, oh my God, no, somebody go get her. Somebody go get her now. And luckily I have some family, that is, that's relatively close by. So my sister was able to come and pick me up. And she was like, man, I was doing like 90 down that road trying to make sure that I got you, because I didn't want you out there with all them wild animals. And I'm like, yeah, I had the thing, but I just didn't have my keys. I didn't realize, be careful of the raccoon. He will decimate your hens and rooster. Exactly. And so that's why, when he starts at his off hours, my husband is getting up and he is like, let me see what I can see, because yeah, I know. We know that raccoon will go. He knows something that we don't know. Exactly, Barbecue. Exactly, Team Sean. He knows something that we don't know. So we do have some things out here, and then we can also hear the coyotes. We can hear them at a certain point at night. And yes, I did say them. I guess they run in packs like wolves or something, but we can hear them. And they woke me up out of my sleep one night, And yeah, and will y'all please tell my husband to get in the house at dark? Like when the motion light comes on, that's his time to be in the house. But he loves to be outside, and nighttime is no exception for him. So somebody please tell him, get in the house. That mama said get in the house when it's dark. If the raccoon is fat, then he don't miss a meal. That's right. That's right. Yeah, we have some electric fencing around it, around the chicken coop. I think that's mostly what has kept them safe at this point. So there was definitely a possum be in the house when the street light comes on. He go, thank you, Shakira. Thank you. So one night I saw a possum trying to get in there. And, you know, yeah, I'm just like, I'm an animal lover. So I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. It was just like perfectly white. It was just so pretty. And I was like, but buddy, you gotta go. I didn't have a clean shot. So, you know, I held it and I was like, okay, electric fence, you're gonna have to do your thing. Because I didn't want to mistakenly hit one of my chickens. So, you know, I kind of let it go. And obviously the fence did its job because, you know, it disappeared and without me having to do anything. So, I don't want anything to happen to my chickens because I really love being able to go out there and get, okay, I can't, and get eggs every day. Y'all in the real woods, geez, all the wild animals, hey, come on out now, Trilogy. Come on out. Past time for a tour anyway, girl. Come on out. We'll keep you safe, all right? We'll keep you safe. Look, even sitting at the table, I got 2 extras, okay? Even sitting right here at the table with me, all right? So don't worry about nothing. We'll keep you safe if you want to come out, all right? So I don't want anything to happen to them, and I do want more. I want more chickens. I do want some babies. I had somebody asking, you know, when we do have some babies to just raise them, let them get a little bigger, and then they would buy them, you know, from me when they get bigger. They just don't want to have to handle the little bitty babies, you know. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. That's kind of what I'm gonna do. Is I'm going to just keep focused and probably get an incubator so that we can get some more. I don't know when these are going to decide. Got to take grandson to football practice. Okay, see you later. See you later, my friend. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. J3GS Farms. I really appreciate you. So she was like, oh, what was I saying? So when I really want to be able to have some more, I want hens, okay? So if we do end up with roosters, then we'll kind of do like what Homestead Heart said. Excuse me. So Homestead Heart said the extra roosters that she has running around on her property, then they'll process them and they'll feed them to their dogs. So that's definitely something that Eco and I have talked about. But we have to get some doggies. I need some friends to walk around with me to kind of, you know, be my pals out in the yard and watch my back, you know, because I can only see so much, you know. You can hear so much stuff when you're in the country. You can kind of hear things moving, but predator type of animals, you know, like they're good at what they do, you know. They're good at staying quiet until it's time to be on you. So I definitely need some friends out here with me so that, you know, when I'm out gardening, they can be watching my back instead of me having to try to have eyes in the back of my head kind of thing. Cause Sean ain't gonna help me. He gonna run. He's not gonna help me at all. He's definitely going to run. Yeah, we're in zone 8B. I'm not saying online for obvious reasons where we're located, but yeah, we're still in Florida. We're in zone 8B though. So we just really want to learn how to do as much of this stuff as possible. We still have not. I know Eco Neighbor has like processed the chicken, and he's like, "Girl, we can do it. You know, we can do the thing." Darlene, we do have some. They're not our cats, but we've seen two cats that frequent the property, and they haven't tried anything with our chickens so far. They haven't tried anything. Black Guns, how you doing? Salute, my friend. Good to see you in the chat today. So they haven't really tried anything with our chickens as far as I know. They have plenty out here that they can snack on. So, yeah, but they've been out here. When we used to come out here, when we first started coming out here to clean, to try to cut our way through this property, we saw one of the cats, and then we saw another one as we were driving, and my husband saw one he was literally here on the property. So they are definitely out here. We saw he saw a big rat that was dead the other day, so something had got to it. Not sure if it was one of the cats, but something had got to the rat, and it wasn't us. We didn't do it. We didn't do it, but there are some around here, and I did want to get like one of our own, like that I can be like, hey, you, come over here, because I know they are great deterrents, for keeping snakes away and stuff. So that's definitely something we thought about. So we want to get really settled first, though. We want to we gotta definitely put up a gate in the entryway. We definitely have to put that up before we bring dogs out, to keep our dogs in. And then to keep the wild dogs out and away, but definitely want to have some dogs to be able to protect the property. That's one of the first priorities, even over getting other animals. That's like a first priority for us, because we definitely need that type of protection on the homestead. And obviously, you want a deterrent also for the two-legged animals, who can be worse than the four-legged animals. So we definitely want that deterrent. So we're kind of in the process of looking to see what would be the right fit for us. But we also want something that is not going to eat my grandbaby, or my children, or my sisters and brothers and, uncles and things. So we gotta make a good decision on which ones we bring in. But they also have to be, they have to be okay with family coming around, but they have to also be okay with, like, when somebody is not supposed to be here. If you jumping fences and you're doing, making stupid decisions, then they just need to be able to handle business. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're just trying to make sure that we get something that's going to be good for us for both reasons. I would love to have some of those big ones. $500 a piece. Woo! Ooh, I just came back on. See myself again. Just train them, get pit. They are plentiful. And that's what my daughter has. She has a lab pit mixed. And I know for a fact that she would protect us. Y'all remember the story I told y'all about when we were at the park and this dog was gonna like come towards us, and then she went for the dog. So the owner had the dog on a leash, and my daughter had her dog on a leash, and obviously their energy was talking to each other, so that dog was gonna like come towards my daughter's pit mix, and she wasn't having it. She's watching me right now on Natural Diva. Hey Bella, hi my baby. Yeah, I know those get huge. That's what Eco Neighbor wants, Darlene. He wants those. So I'm just concerned about them like trying to eat our grandbaby. So that's the only thing with that. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But yeah, I know the pit mix will protect you. I'm still kind of, we grew up down the street from some Dobermans, and they were always like vicious. I don't trust them, but I like what they stand for. Like, they will protect you, but I'm not certain that they won't turn on their owners at some point. I also like what's the short tail? The Rottweilers. I do like, yeah, they do October Opal, and that's why I was like, oh, oh, we need more than one, and if one costs that much, man, whew, yeah. So there are lots of dogs that I think that could probably do the job. I just need for them to also be okay. I just need them to also be okay with being around little kids. So buy them at the puppy stage. Yeah. I do want to buy them at the puppy stage, but I'm having no more dogs inside. I don't want to. I have a German Shepherd, very obedient, protective, very good with my grandkids. That is what I want. I want those. And to find some they remind you of the pigs on steroids. Yeah, I know. That's what Eco Neighbor wants. But I just need them to be, like, chill out when the little kids are around, But yeah, so we'll make a decision. We'll make a decision and really like grab some of those or whatever. So yeah. So if I missed you in the chat, I am sorry. Hello. Hello to you. I tried to say hello as much as I could and still, kind of stay on focus on the live. But I really appreciate you guys coming in. Let me show y'all my book before I go. Oh, and guess what I got? Somebody sent me coffee bean plant. So I'm glad to have this. I'm going to see if I can separate it at all so that I can have multiple. But look how cute. Look at that. Look how cute it is. I love it. We have 2 shepherds, but they are house dogs. Yeah, I don't want any, no. I don't want any more house dogs. So I'm going to need something that can be outside. Yes, as a puppy, and you raise them what you want them to be. Love property, by the way. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you so much. All right, so this is the book that I got. So the G Tribe members are always buying books and finding things that can help us all. This is the Fireside Cider book, and it has all types of recipes in here. Let's see, a rose petal healing vinegar, triple goddess apple cider tonic. I like that one. I know I love that one. Let me bookmark that one. Let's see, smoky bloody mary fire cider, original Texas fire cider, spice rack fire cider, wicked fire cider, garden fire cider. So there's a lot of different fire cider recipes in here. So this book is by Rosemary Gladstar. I have a couple of books by her, and so that's the one. If you all want to check this book out, you can definitely make your fire cider for the cold and flu season. Like, this will knock some stuff out of you, okay? Knock your chest off. So you can have this on hand for the family to help out. And the weather is definitely changing. It's still getting hot here during the daytime, but we did notice that last night it stayed cooler. It stayed much cooler all night, so there was no need, you know, to turn on generator or any of that type of stuff. Growing with Hudson. Did I say hi to you, ma'am? How you doing? Those recipes sound very interesting. I'll try some fire cider. Good night, everyone. Getting ready for work. Take care, Farm State 21. Take care. Gardening and Holistic Fun. Did I say hello to you? Hello, hello. I hope you are well. I hope everything's going well for you. You needed that last week? Well, you want me to snapshot and send you some recipes? I can definitely do that. I'll text you some stuff, okay? So you can kind of make some stuff. These recipes are not very complicated, okay? It's just using natural things. So it's something that we can all do. All right. So thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Hi, Stacy. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm sorry if I didn't see you earlier. I was trying my best to try to see and say hello. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Remember, take some time to just enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, and not be so uptight all the time about everything. You know, take some of that money you've been storing up and do something nice for yourself. Do something kind. Enjoy your life, because life is so fragile and it's so really super short that you really just want to take some time to enjoy your life. So thank you again for coming in. Many blessings to all of you, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Be sure to check out this book, Rosemary Gladstar. Check out this book. Get ready for the cold and flu season. Like, don't be into it and then say, hey, you know, I need something. Go ahead and make your stuff now so that you'll be able to have it on your shelf, and you'll have the stuff ready for if anything starts to creep up on you, you can go ahead and knock that stuff out fast instead of, you know, ending up in the hospital or something like that. So thank you guys. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Take care, guys.